If your legs hurt after a walk, don't ignore it. That discomfort isn't just part of getting older, it's your body signaling that your muscles are missing the right nutrients. The good news? There's a solution. Today, I'll share 4 powerful foods, each proven by clinical research, to help restore aging leg muscles and naturally reduce pain. These are easy to find, affordable, and they start working quickly. And the last one? Most seniors eat it the wrong way. And that simple mistake is costing them mobility every day. Let's fix that, starting now. Before we dive in, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on important tips to keep your legs strong and pain-free. Have you ever noticed your legs hurt, or maybe feel tired, heavy, or cramping after a short walk around the neighborhood? One common cause is poor circulation. And one of nature's best remedies for that? Beets. 1. Beets, the circulation booster. Beets may seem unassuming, but they're one of the top natural foods for increasing blood flow to your legs, especially for older adults. Here's why. Beets are rich in dietary nitrates, which your body turns into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide acts like a natural blood vessel relaxer, opening up your arteries and allowing more oxygen-rich blood to reach your muscles. Why does this matter? When muscles don't get enough oxygen, they tire out faster. That burning in your calves or thighs, that's your body struggling to keep up. With better blood flow, your muscles feel stronger, ache less, and bounce back quicker. In fact, one study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that older adults with peripheral artery disease who drank beetroot juice increased their walking endurance. Another study from Wake Forest University showed beet juice could boost oxygen delivery to muscles by up to 20%, even in those with no athletic background. But beets aren't just about circulation. They're packed with betalains, natural anti-inflammatories that calm the inflammation wearing down aging muscles. And here's another benefit. Beets help lower blood pressure, keeping arteries healthy and blood moving smoothly to your legs and feet. Beets are easy to enjoy. Roast them with olive oil, toss them into salads, or blend into a smoothie. But the most effective form? Beet juice. Just a small glass daily can improve circulation in as little as a week. I once chatted with John, a retired postman, who started experiencing leg pain after short walks. After adding beet juice to his routine, he told me his legs felt lighter and he could walk farther without stopping, all in just 10 days. Beets quickly became a staple in his fridge. Quick challenge. If you're serious about improving your leg health, drop the word beet in the comments below. Let's see how many of you are ready to give your legs a real boost. So if leg fatigue, heaviness, or soreness is slowing you down, don't brush it off. It could simply be your muscles needing better fuel, and beets are one of nature's simplest, most powerful solutions. 2. Salmon, inflammation's natural enemy. There's another hidden reason your legs hurt after walking: chronic inflammation. Even if you don't see swelling, tiny inflammatory reactions inside your muscles can eat away at strength and slow recovery, especially as you get older. That's why omega-3-rich salmon is a top food for easing leg pain and rebuilding muscle resilience. You've probably heard that salmon is heart-healthy, but it's just as beneficial for your legs. Salmon is loaded with EPA and DHA, 2 key omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation in joints, muscles, and blood vessels. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology showed that seniors who ate more omega-3s reported less muscle soreness and joint pain. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found omega-3s support muscle protein synthesis, the process your body uses to repair and build stronger muscles after activity. What does this mean for you? Eating salmon helps your muscles recover faster, keeps joints from stiffening up, and prevents that familiar leg burn after a walk. But salmon's benefits don't stop there. It's also rich in vitamin D, which is crucial for strong bones and healthy leg muscles. Almost half of adults over 65 don't get enough vitamin D, increasing their risk for falls and weakness. Eating salmon just 2 or 3 times a week can help reduce inflammation, strengthen bones, and support overall mobility. I remember Martha, a grandmother who used to avoid family walks because her knees hurt. After swapping out red meat for wild salmon, she noticed less swelling, better recovery, and even managed to keep up with her grandson on Sunday strolls. If you're not a fan of fish, try wild canned salmon in salads, blend it into patties, or ask your doctor about quality fish oil or algae-based omega-3 supplements. The key is to be consistent. With regular omega-3s, you'll notice the difference, not just in your legs, but all over. If you're still with us, comment 1 to let us know you're following along, and don't forget to smash that like button for more helpful tips. If you've been struggling with nagging aches after a walk or a trip to the store, salmon might be the tastiest solution you haven't tried yet. 3. Spinach, muscle powerhouse. If your legs feel wobbly, weak, or slow to recover, you might be low in magnesium. That's the mineral that helps your muscles contract, lift, and steady your body. One of the best sources? Spinach. Spinach isn't just salad filler. For older adults, it's a muscle-strengthening hero. Magnesium is vital for muscle function. Without enough, you can experience cramps, fatigue, twitching, even poor balance. A major study in nutrients found that low magnesium intake is directly linked to weaker leg muscles in seniors. Another report in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society showed that seniors with healthy magnesium levels had better mobility, fewer falls, and could walk farther. But spinach goes even further. It's rich in potassium to prevent cramps, iron to deliver oxygen to tired muscles, and dietary nitrates, like beets, to boost blood flow. What does that mean for you? Spinach not only eases pain, but helps rebuild muscle, restore energy, and keep you steady, whether you're walking, climbing stairs, or standing for longer stretches. Here's a story. Walter, a former mechanic, always struggled with sore calves and wobbly knees. By adding spinach to his breakfast omelette and blending it into smoothies, he found fewer cramps in 2 weeks, and within a month could walk farther and even started light training again. The best part? Spinach is simple to add to your meals. Toss into soups, saute with garlic, blend into smoothies, mix with scrambled eggs. Both fresh and frozen work. Just watch the sodium if you're managing blood pressure. For an extra boost, pair spinach with a little vitamin C, like bell peppers or a splash of lemon, to help absorb more iron. If you're waking up with stiff, sore legs or struggling to regain strength, a handful of spinach might be the quiet hero your muscles have been waiting for. 4. Bananas, but only if you eat them right. Bananas are one of the most popular fruits for seniors. Soft, sweet, easy to digest. But here's what most people get wrong. Eating bananas the wrong way could actually worsen leg pain, instead of helping. Let's break it down. Bananas are famous for potassium, which supports muscle contraction, stops cramps, and keeps fluid balanced in your cells. If your legs cramp or feel tight, a potassium shortage is often the reason. But potassium alone isn't enough. Bananas are low in magnesium, and your body needs magnesium to use potassium effectively. It's like filling your car with gas, but not having the key. Many older adults are prone to electrolyte imbalances, especially if they take diuretics, blood pressure meds, or have reduced kidney function. That's why just eating a banana by itself, or on an empty stomach, can lead to a sugar crash. You end up tired, with weaker legs, since bananas are high on the glycemic index. The fix is easy. Pair your banana with the right foods, and it becomes a powerful tool for leg health. Try a banana with almonds, Greek yogurt, or peanut butter on whole grain toast. This combination slows sugar absorption, balances electrolytes, and fuels your muscles, reducing cramps, soreness, and fatigue. One study in the American Journal of Physiology found that athletes who combined potassium-rich foods with magnesium and protein recovered faster and had fewer cramps. Results that work for seniors too. Grace, a viewer who battled nightly calf cramps, solved it by eating her banana with almond butter and a sprinkle of cinnamon. In just 2 weeks, her cramps disappeared. To get the most from bananas, skip the overripe ones. They spike blood sugar. Go for firm, yellow bananas and always pair with magnesium and protein to support muscle health and steady energy. So the next time your legs hurt or ache after a walk, pause. Don't blame age or try to just push through the pain. Now you know the truth. Your legs aren't failing. They're just asking for the right fuel. And you don't need fancy supplements or prescriptions to get relief. The answer might be waiting in your own kitchen. Beets for better blood flow. salmon to calm inflammation, spinach to restore muscle power, bananas, if eaten the smart way, to help with recovery. Each one is a small step towards something bigger, freedom to move through life without hesitation, soreness, or worry. But here's the kicker. There's still one silent habit that could be quietly draining your leg strength every morning, even if you're eating healthy. Fixing it could be the breakthrough your body needs. We'll reveal exactly what it is and how to fix it fast in our next video, because you're never too old to get stronger and your best days are still ahead. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on new tips for stronger, healthier legs. We absolutely love hearing your stories, questions, and experiences. Drop them in the comments below. Your feedback inspires us to keep creating valuable health tips just for you.